What is the VA funding fee? Now, if you're a veteran and you're preparing to use your VA home loan, the term funding fee is most certainly going to come up. So in this video, I'm going to cover what exactly the funding fee is, how much it might cost you, and who might be eligible to have the funding fee totally waived. Now, if you're new to this channel, my name is Faul, and I'm a real estate agent here in the greater Phoenix area, and I'm also a Marine veteran, so the VA loan is something I have used multiple times and have helped many fellow veterans utilize. So if you want to stay up to date on all things real estate, specifically Arizona, but things that can help you no matter where you're located, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date on all the new videos. So back to the VA funding fee. So the VA loan is much different than your other types of loans. One of those being that you don't have PMI or private mortgage insurance, which is an extra cost associated with obtaining a loan. So if you get a conventional or FHA loan, your monthly payment likely is going to be higher because you have extra private mortgage insurance. The VA loan does not have that. However, what they do have is a funding fee, which is the cost associated with obtaining the VA loan. So let's hop over to the VA's website to see what exactly the funding fee is. So right here, the funding fee is a one-time payment that the veteran, service member, or survivor pays on a VA-backed home loan. This fee helps lower the cost of the loan for the U.S. taxpayers since the VA loan program does not require down payments or monthly mortgage insurance. So there we see what I was saying in the beginning is there's no mortgage insurance, they have a funding fee. So that funding fee is an extra cost in order to obtain your VA loan. Now there are ways to have your VA funding fee totally waived. So let's check out the VA's website to see who might meet that criteria. So the top reason and the most common we see is if you are receiving any sort of VA compensation for a service-connected disability. So if you have even a 10% disability rating through the VA, then your funding fee is totally waived. So that's pretty awesome. Going down the list, the next one is if you are eligible to receive compensation for a service-connected disability, but are receiving retirement or active duty pay instead, then it can be waived. Also, if you are a surviving spouse of a veteran that was likely killed in action, then you could be eligible. And then going down the list, they have somebody that has evidence of receiving the Purple Heart. Typically somebody that has received the Purple Heart likely is receiving VA disability for their injuries they received. So those are ways that you can have your VA funding fee totally waived. And as far as paying the VA funding fee, there are two ways that we see the VA funding fee paid if it is not waived for you. The number one way and most common way we see is that the VA funding fee is factored into your loan amount. So if you're buying a home for $350,000, they will tack that VA funding fee onto that of say about $8,000 depending on how much your funding fee is. The other way you can pay for your VA funding fee is to just pay it outright at closing. So on top of your standard closing costs that you might have, you can choose to pay that out of pocket. Sometimes people do no down payment, which is a possibility with the VA loan, and instead just go ahead and pay that VA funding fee off. So those are the two ways that you can pay for your VA funding fee. Now the good part, how much is the funding fee? Now, of course, there's a couple factors in determining how much the funding fee will be. One, of course, being how much your loan amount is, as well as how much you're putting down, if anything, and then how many times you might have used the VA loan in the past. So if we hop over to the VA's website again, we'll see this nice little chart that they have set up here. And I'm gonna use the example of first use, but down below you'll see that if you've used it more than once, the VA loan, that you'll fall under another category. So if this is your first use, most veterans on their first time are putting zero money down, so they'll fall under the less than 5% category. So the funding fee would be 2.3% of the purchase price. So in this example, let's go ahead and say the home is $350,000. 2.3% of $350,000 is $8,050. So that's the amount you would owe extra at closing. However, as I mentioned, you can factor that into your loan. So if your loan is originally $350,000 and you want to just tack it on, your total loan amount would actually be $358,000. So if you choose to do that, or again, you can always pay it at closing on top of your standard closing costs. Well, there you have it, covering all the things regarding the VA funding fee, the costs associated with it, why they have it, and who may qualify or be eligible to have it waived. If you have any further questions, feel free to reach out to me. Each veteran's situation is different, so it's going to be best to connect you with a great mortgage lender to dive deep into your specific situation. I do have an awesome mortgage lender I'd love to connect you with if you need, so reach out to me and I'll be sure to connect you with that. Thanks so much for watching this video, and we'll catch you on the next one.